Okay, so you saw the title, and of course, I'll explain why I titled the way I did, and why I'm pretty sure, or it could be changed, postponed, changed, but Escanor should be the first global banner. And I say it because I want people to be prepared to reroll when the global version comes out. I do think rerolling is the best thing you can do because you can go multiple months with playing a game without being able to play unit. For example, a buddy of mine, Speedy, I use him as an example every time, but he really wants the blue Demon Meliodas, and he can't get him. Like, he just can't get him. Another friend of mine, Ant, he really wants Red Arthur. Man's played the game since the beginning of the game, and can't pull Red Arthur. He just can't! I say that because Escanor is a super good, helpful unit for story mode. Sorry, it's counting Meliodas, but... And he could be the first banner. Now, why am I saying this? Of course I have to back it up, right? So I got info from some people that already have the global version. Kabuki already spilled the beans. There's people that have the global version already, and they told me what's the roster already in the game. I'm not gonna say who did it, because I can't. But yeah, so this is the... Okay, so before I show you the roster, this could be changed. That's why I'm saying that he could not be, because this could be just the version that was sent to people to play, and they could, honestly, they could just make the game synced. They could just drop the game with every character synced, because for what I've also heard from these people that have the global version, the quality of life changes are almost all there already. The quality of life changes from JP are almost all there. So they could literally just put like all the units in there and make it completely sync. They literally could. But yeah, so the confirmed units that are in that global version are these. I put them in the tier list format just because it was easy. I just took it off the ones aren't. And here's what it is, right? The most recent unit in this whole batch is this Red Bond. And the unit that came out after Red Bond is Green Escanor. Now, it caught my attention because Green Escanor was one of the hypest moments for this game. It was actually when I started playing the game, and it was because it was Escanor. Like, I had heard about the game being good, I had heard about the game from friends, and I wanted to play, but I was like, I'm gonna wait for the global version. But then they released Escanor, and I was like, yep, Escanor is my favorite character from the anime, I have to play. And I think it's a smart decision if they do want to proceed and make Escanor the first unit in there, because Escanor is a hype character. So if they make Escanor the first banner, that would be super cool, because people would actually go nuts for it. They're gonna like really want to play because, oh, Escanor is in there, I need to summon for him, I need to start playing and get Escanor. So that would also be like a good strategy. Units to reroll for. So I just took the template that I already had and took off the units that wouldn't be in there. But yeah, of course, Escanor came out with Green DN, by the way, which is also a good unit. So this is not for like reroll, but reroll wise, I think if you want to do like an optimal reroll, like go for counter Meliodas and Escanor. If Escanor is the first banner, of course. But in general, counter Meliodas, because he is like super good for story mode. Let me close this now. But yeah, if Escanor is the first banner, I 100% think you should summon for him, because not only he's really good for story mode, he's like super good for PvP. And PvP like is where you get gems, right? So I'm making this video, and a lot of people that are gonna watch this are people that never played the game and are just waiting for the global version. So for me to explain, Escanor is good for everything in the game. He's like semi-good for raids. Like he's usable, but the fact that he's good for story mode, general PvE, and he's really good for PvP makes him like the optimal unit to start your account with. He just is. He's like a super mega good unit. He's just is brute force, balls to the walls, a stupid strong unit, and he's a summonable unit. So again, you could go like months playing without being able to pull him, and that's why I think starting with him is really good. I have the infamous shaft of 1,200 and something gems before I was able to pull him, I don't know why I didn't reroll, honestly. I don't know why I kept the same account. I don't know. But he really is a really good unit. And if again, it is how it is and the global version comes out with this roster and Escanor is the first banner, the unit that came with Escanor was this green DN, which is also a really good unit. She's a I read cut. I was gonna say she's a cut. She is a tank, and her ability thing is really good. But she was very nerfed because taunt. Not that taunt was nerfed, but back in the day when she came out, she was extra good because if you taunted in PvP, people couldn't attack other than that unit. So you still can't, but if you petrify the end, for example, and you try to attack another person, you can. In back in the day, if you petrified the end, you still wouldn't be able to attack another person. Actually, I can't explain it better than if I showed or something, but if you take off her taunt, in that very same turn you can attack someone else. So she's still effective, but not nearly as effective, so I wouldn't recommend rerolling for her in specific, but just Escanor, because Escanor is super good. But she's a good unit to actually have a fate with King. Oh, they added this a link to. Oh, that's good. I love this website, but I would recommend if you're gonna start playing the game to actually add this website, just to know info about characters. Even though the game's gonna be in English, so it's gonna be easy to like actually see info for characters. It's still good to have a thing. I have like info for other games, like Bleach Brave Souls is in English, but I have the Bleach Brave Souls thing just for checking info for characters. She's a fate with King, which is like a super good unit that you're gonna be using because he's a free unit. You get him from chapter 3, right? It's just a fate with King, so it's good to have, but a unit to reroll for is of course gonna be Escanor. And of course counter melee. If I pull up counter melee, if Escanor is not the first banner, like let's say it's like synced, I don't know who you should reroll for other than Escanor, honestly, because if we go by the best units in the game, let me pull up my own tier list because I'm like that. Let me pull up my own tier list. If we go by like best units, we go presentation mode here. Like Escanor is the only summonable one here. He's free or coin shop. I guess now I wouldn't recommend rerolling for Demon Melee, and here's why. Demon Melee is a good unit by its own, but it kind of needs Lilia. It kind of does, and Lilia is an original character. When the game comes out, you're probably not going to be able to pull her for a little while, because she only comes with the original character banners. So, I don't know. Marth is a coin shop. Esteros is really good, but it's difficult to evaluate how good he would be for story mode, because right now, like, I already have him with, like, full UR gear. Of course he's gonna be good. I don't know for, like, a new player. It's difficult to tell. Counter melee is also always a safe choice to go with, because he's like that unit that no matter how much damage he takes, he's still gonna be good, because the more damage he takes, the more damage he does to the enemy. So he's always gonna be good for those really difficult fights. I don't know about Helbram. Helbram's gonna be good for PvP because the most consistent, is still the most consistent PvP team in the game. I would say is Kingbram. Nah, I wouldn't say to this day, because they nerfed Kingbram by letting you cleanse and then use units that were petrified in that very same turn, but a really good team still to this day is Helbram, King, and Gopher. So maybe you want to go for him just for PvP, but Escanor like, is already in the game, and you might as well just go for him. Honestly, they could also just make it day one. They could just never mind the people that got the global version with already red bond, and just say, no, it's fresh, day one characters, and then at that point go for counter melee. But then Arthur is good, but not for rerolling. Original character, it's good, but not for rerolling. SR. No, coin shop, no. Oh, right? Oh, I bumped him down there. Yeah, the units that are good for rerolling really are just Escanor, counter melee, and maybe Helbram, because of the team. But honestly, you can still make the team, and it's like one of the best teams in the game. Gopher, I said Gopher, they picked up King. Gopher, King, Escanor, and Merlin it's still like a very good, solid team as well. And like it's a coin shop, and then if you can reroll, it's a reroll, right? You're gonna start the account with him. So again, if it's how it is, the way we got the info, Escanor should be the first banner, and you should reroll for him and then be with him for the longest time, because to this day I still use him for a lot of things. Like right now, he is on my PvP team. I was just playing PvP. He was in my team because he's just super good. All right, good info to know, and that's it.